Nalla Narasimha Reddy Education Society's group of institutions, integrated campus. This is Dr. G. Subbarao, working as a professor in the Department of Civil Engineering. In today's session, I am going to enlighten the topic of textures of igneous rocks. Textures of igneous rocks. Let us start the topic. Before discussing the topic textures of igneous rocks, let us try to identify some of the minerals under petrological microscope. This is called plagioclase. Plagioclase is characterized by twinning. Under the petrological microscope, it shows twinning. That means the laths, gray color and white color. When we rotate the stage of the microscope, it turns into gray, turns into white color, white turns into gray color. This is called as twinning. This is the peculiar feature for identification of plagioclase under petrological microscope. Zircon. It has very high relief and shows multicolors. So it's very easy to identify zircon under petrological microscope. Hatched twinning. This is microcline where we can see intersection of horizontal and vertical lines in the mineral grain. So this entire mineral grain is called as microcline. So this is characterized by hatched twinning. Muscovite. So the pinkish color is known as muscovite. Of course, the sample is collected from granite, and this is quartz, which is not required here for explanation. This is only pinkish, bluish pink. This is muscovite. Hornblende, pale greenish color. The entire thin section is occupied by pale greenish color. That is hornblende. This is obtained from the sample diorite. This is another mineral called calcite, where we can see the cross-hatched twinning, and one can see the intersection in such a way that a diamond shape occurs everywhere. If we see very clearly, all the grains are calcite, which shows, cross-hatched twinning. This is the characteristic feature for calcite. Apatite, transparent and high relief tiny particles which are identified in the thin section. These are called as apatite. Agate is a pyroxene family, has high relief colors. And this is a chlorite under polarized light. That means without applying the nickel prisms. And the same chloride, when we turn the stage into 90 degrees, it appears in such a way. Of course, under crossed nickels, you can see this is a chloride under plain polarized light. This is same mineral grain chloride in crossed nickels. This is how chloride can be identified under petrological microscope. biotite, plain polaritite. It looks like somewhat light in yellowish color, and in cross decals it appears dark yellowish green in color. This is biotite. Plain under plain polarized light, under cross decals, same mineral grain, it appears in such a way. Now let us come to the topic, textures of igneous rocks. What is a texture? The texture of a rock, refers to individual mineral grains. The size, shape we study under metroscopic microscope. Depending on the nature of cooling, degree of crystallinity, growth of crystals, the resulting rocks are said to be, holocrystalline, holohyaline, hypocrystalline. Please note this, depending on the nature of cooling of magma or lava and the degree of crystallinity, growth of crystals, whatever the rocks which are resulted, those igneous rocks are said to be holocrystalline, holohyaline, hypocrystalline or hemicrystalline. Holocrystalline in the sense the entire rock consists of mineral grains or entirely crystals. In case the entire rock consists of glass, in such a case we say the rock is exhibiting holohyaline texture. Sometimes the rock exhibits both crystals and glass, so that we say the rock is exhibiting hypocrystalline texture or hemicrystalline texture. Holocrystalline texture, where different minerals are exhibited. All are minerals. There is no glassy matter here. We can see different types of minerals here. This is holohyaline texture, where the rock is entirely composed of glass. There is no mineral at all, and hence we say the rock is exhibited by holohyaline texture. Hypocrystalline texture. The rock consists of mineral grains as well as glass. Both are exhibited by the rock, and hence the rock is exhibited by holocrystalline texture. Coming to another texture is porphyritic texture, in which large crystals of minerals, we call them as phenocrysts. These phenocrysts are surrounded by fine-grained matrix of different minerals. This is a phenocryst, and this is another phenocryst, and this is also a phenocryst. All these phenocrysts are surrounded by fine-grained matrix of various minerals. In such a case, we say the rock is exhibiting porphyritic texture. This is example for basalt. So phenocrysts of olivine, all these are olivine grains, and this intergranule matrix consists of plagioclase, pyroxene minerals, etc. This is also porphyritic texture, olivine basalt. alvin phenocrysts are embedded in the fine-grained matrix, and some of the gas vesicles can be seen. These are all gas vesicles. Poikilotic texture. Sometimes large mineral grains contains inclusions of smaller minerals. So this is a large mineral grain in which small inclusions, small minerals are embedded within the large mineral grains, so that we can say that the rock is exhibited poikilotic texture. Another example, small minerals are enclosed within a large mineral. See, all these are small minerals which are enclosed within a large mineral grain. Ophitic texture. This is the association of latch-shaped crystals of plagioclase. You can see there are so many plagioclase mineral grains in this thin section, grouped radially with surrounding large anhedral minerals of pyroxenes and olivines. We can see this type of ophitic texture in diabase, gabbro and basalts. Graphic texture. An intergrowth of two minerals has similar appearance of runic writing, that is similar to Arabic language. Graphic textures are most commonly intergrowths of quartz and alkali feldspar, in which quartz appears as V-shaped inclusions enclosed by the alkali feldspars. This is graphic texture. This is under petrolaskal microscope. The same graphic texture can be seen even in the Hands specimen. Thank you.